then we go out and let it flow.
Well, it's coming up 3 o'clock in the morning. Didn't really get much sleep last night, I was tossing and turning. But we're about to make way up to Lincolnshire to meet the lads from North East Baits and get this social underway. So yeah, I've got 175 miles to do. So it's going to be about 3 hours until I get there, roughly around 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't think I'm allowed on until 7, so I'm going to jump the gate, have a walk round. But yeah, we'll get making tracks, and we'll go and see the guys at North East Baits and find out what all these northern guys are about.
We're trying hard to let loose all the things that bother us. Then we go out and let it go. Then we go out and let it flow.
Well, good morning guys, welcome to the North East Bait Social. We're down at Old Mill Lakes in Lincolnshire. Long drive this morning, absolutely killed me. Arrived here at about 6:30, got let in at 7, walked around the lake, had a word with the lads. No one had anything other than Mick, a couple of little stockies. So he's pasty bashing at the minute, so he's got to step his game up. Pop round the other side. The lake itself is a weird shape, it's sort of like a horseshoe, but it's just a network of islands and channels. Big reed beds, all reed line margins, average roughly about 6-7 foot, clay dug, about 210 fish, a few 40s, quite a few 30s and some stockies as well. Jamie and Dan are in the second half, if you like, the left hand half. A lot of the lads are on the spit fishing into my half, and old Lee, the old Chuckle brothers, down the other end opposite me. I could have jumped in with Lee, had a little social, 2 rods each, but I've got 24 hours. I've drove a long way, so I want to make it count. I've moved into a swim behind a bloke that's left. He lost a big fish last night, done him in weed, he said he just couldn't stop it. So I've come out, I've got on fish, I've clipped up to the spot the geezer had the fish off. It's a clear spot to my right hand side, probably about 6 foot off the reeds. My middle rod, I'm sort of pumping past the island that's in front of me, which is probably only 15 yards in front, to another island, probably about 12 foot off of that. Nice donk down, probably about 4 or 5 foot. There's fish rolling in the gully, if you like, through the islands. There's probably about 7 islands this side. And my left hand rod, I've just come off onto the margin to my left hand side. I've got a little bay, there's no pressure there, so I'm going to stick a rod down there. I found a little clear spot there as well. So I've got all 3 rods clipped up. I'm in the swim, I'm set up. I've literally got to tie a few rigs, get the kettle on, but before I do that I'm going to put a bit of bait out. So yeah, we're rocking and rolling on the old North East Bait Social. Good to catch up with the lads as well. Met most of the field testing team now. It's the first time I've met Jamie as well. As you probably don't know, I'm quite involved with North East Baits. I run the team. I'm the media manager and a full consultant as well, so I'm quite involved. So it's good to get up here and meet the lads, especially Jamie and Dan as well. And my old Chackle brother's been missing me, so I've heard, so I've got to pay him a visit a bit later on. So yeah, we've got a busy 24 hours. I'm going to have a chat with Lee about the new bait he's been developing. I'm going to have a chat with Jamie as well, just to get a bit of history and background on North East Baits as such, how long he's been rolling, what his plans are for the future, and hopefully one of the 12 of us that are up here can bag a chunk, because there's plenty of them in here. So yeah, I'm going to stick a bit of bait out now on the spots, get the kettle on, because it's much deserved. I've probably walked the furthest out of all of us. I've picked a swim right up the other end, so a big old barrel walk, but we was pretty light because we were only doing a 24. So yeah, that's the plan of action, so stay tuned and I'll catch up with you later on. Right, I think it's just worth mentioning, like I said, sat down, got my rods all clipped, decided to stick the bait out before I was going to settle down for a cup of tea. I'm using 18mm and 15mm Irish nut mixed together. About 5 pouchfuls went out on the right hand spot. Started to stick out the 18mm for the middle rod because it's quite far, and I noticed to my right hand side the reed started to knock. Lee was actually here with me, so what I quickly did, got a rig out the old box. I've gone with the Neb custom dumbbells, the wafters I always use, standard rig that I normally use, wide gape, size 6, kicker, heat shrink, my normal wafter rig on the dark matter braid. Quickly baited it up and I've got it on the spot. So it's just worth mentioning really, like I say, out the corner of your eye, always be watching your swim, because you never know, could be action in there and you're totally looking elsewhere, or like I say, sitting up the bank having a cup of tea and not paying attention. Could be the difference between a fish and not a fish. So it might pay off, it might not, but as of yet, my right hand rod's out on the spot, and now I'm going to sit down and have a cup of tea after I finish baiting. But yeah, like I say, worth a go, isn't it? Right guys, just to run you through the rigs for the other 2 rods quickly. My left hand rod that I'm going to be putting on the margin spot on my left hand side. I've got the new test bait, little 12mm pop up, and I've got a 15mm Irish nut bottom, and I've actually cut an indent into the top of the 15mm so I can sit the boilie into it, and that sits just like a wafter, just off the deck, but the hook lays flat. And that's tied to my normal dark matter soft braid, ring and a kicker, size 6 wide gape, captor, sinker probably about 1 inch from the eye of the hook, and the trademark business at the top. It's just a rig that I feel that I can take anywhere really. I know it's going to sit right because it's soft braid, so whatever it lays on, I've got a nicely critically balanced bait, so if it does go into weed or anything like that, it's just going to sit on top of it. My middle rod that I'm pumping over to the second, well I say the second island, one of 8 islands, it's the furthest chuck. I've seen quite a few fish in the gully to the right hand side that runs between another 3 islands. So what I'm going to do is, in my pot I've probably had about 15 baits, all different pop-ups of the Irish nut, glugged in the PCB amino cloud, and I've drawed for one of them, so it's yellow, but it was a white Irish nut, 15mm pop-up on a standard multi-rig, just so I can catch the attention of them fish that are cruising about in that gully. They've not stopped crashing since I've been here in there. I can't actually put a rod in there, but if I can put one near there and they're in the area, they're going to be swimming about. Hopefully I can draw them down, get the amino cloud leaking off of this, and yeah, do the business for me. So that's the 2 rigs. Sorry I didn't get to run you through the 3rd one, but temptation got the better of me and I had to get it out on the spot. I haven't as of yet seen the reeds move again since I put the rod out, so could have pushed them out with the disturbance of the rig going in, hopefully not, but they was definitely there, so they've been there before, they'll be back.
from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like we thought I'd do. Though still I'm trying to reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like we thought I'd do. This is all I know, all I know, all I know, all I know. This is all I know, all I know, all I know, all I know. This is all I know, all I know, all I know, all I know. This is all I reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like we thought I'd do. Still I'm trying to reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like we thought I'd do. This is all I know. This is all I know. I ain't gonna stop till I reach my goal. This is all I know. And I know that I need it. This is all I know. Never giving up like I thought I would. Reach to the sky from the bottom, living out the dreams that have all came true. Now I'm trying to reach to the stars from the heavens, never giving up like we thought I'd do. Still trying to reach to the sky.
I was just sitting down by my rods and watching the fish cruise about, and all of a sudden, out of my left eye, just an eruption in the water, about 5 or 6 fish rolled, and then the left rod started peeling off in front of me. The result, this lean, mean little stocky, but first fish I'm happy about that. Finally got a spot going. The fish was definitely on there having a munch, so I'm going to get this one back, get the photos done, and get some more bait out there and get the rod out. North East bait strikes again. Little 15mm white Irish nut pop up, soaked in the amino cloud, the PCB. Yeah, what a pucker little fish. So we can get her back and go and catch her mother, eh? Southerners won, Northerners, yeah.
Fish, did you feel like a big fish?
Yeah, feels like an absolute whopper, mate. We're just trying to keep up with Lee England. Lee England's done his chase diaries,
Yeah.
so we're doing the northern version of it, and we're into an absolute whopper. Look at that red rod bend. 3.5 pound test curve rod this. We're bringing it in. Oh, here we go. Get the net ready. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes.
What a catch! What a catch!
Well done, mate. Cheers, mate. Cheers, mate. Hey, Northerners 1, Southerners 0. Finger blast.
Mick, get some water on it. Get some water on it because
Get a bit dry now. Oh, beauty.
how much did it weigh, Chris?
About 12 stone. Biggest one all year, this.
Is it a new name?
Still got fight in it.
Is it a new name fish? What we're going to call it?
Betty. Betty.
Well, it's coming up to that time now. Guys have all reeled in and they've gone to the car park for the social barbecue. Me, being at the other end of the lake with fish nutting left, right and centre, I don't think I'm going to be reeling in when there's a chance of a 40 to be had just for a burger. So I think I'm going to sit it out, do myself a little curry. The wind's started to pump down this end now. Like I say, there's been fish left, right and centre on all 3 rods showing. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to sit it out and miss the social. But I'm sure the boys will pop round a bit later on before they go back to their rods. So yeah, hopefully it won't be too long and we'll be into another one.
Plan, wasn't it? As soon as you got the camera out, we're all here.
Tell him when he's recording it.
He's on, mate.
Is he on?
Yeah.
Say on, boys. We're queuing up, are we?
Are we really?
He's on his own. I've got white boxes. Well, fuck you.
They made me reel in for this.
Black ass.
I'm going to go home and I've got an handprint on the arse.
Yeah, your lass is going to go.
Don't stop me. Paintballing number.
You'll have another lad tonight.
Oh mate, I'll tell you what, there was about 12, 15 shows down there. It's kind of crazy.
Well, that's like down here.
I can't believe you bought your rods in, mate, to be honest.
I'm shocked at
You live down here.
How far you
All them
travelled?
fish up there, you down here.
I couldn't have done that. Showing all over.
Well, yeah.
Guilt tripped me, didn't he?
Where's Jamie? Where is he?
He's sitting up
He's
there.
sitting-
He's getting his rods in.
Nah, it's coming down.
He thinks he's slower than the bet as well, you know. He's paid a £5
Yeah, look.
for the biggest fish, and he's gone on to a runs water.
Oh, that don't count now.
No, it doesn't. No, that's what we just said to him. He said, don't count.
Actually, he's out.
No, he's out of it. That's what we said.
He's out. You've got the biggest fish anyway.
Sort of, yeah. 12 stone.
Probably did way more than that fucking thing I had.
I thought you honestly had one this morning. Chris, come and have a look at this. Come on, I got there. You were the same
I
way.
know,
didn't you?
yeah.
Where the fuck is it? Where is it?
Nothing.
I just
Big shoulders.
Excited for you.
It had big shoulders.
How was he getting
I run up here and then fucking walked
I
up
said,
here.
I said. Big shoulders.
Lovely shoulders.
Yeah, lovely shoulders. I've got to change the zigs. I've got zigs on all day. I've got a swan earlier. Chris was stood on my peg to me up in the can.
Yeah, moaning about people catching swans.
You know what? Fucking people, zigged fucking fish, catching swans. Fucking rubber. I'm nowhere near them, Chris. Oh, shit. Bastard.
Oh, he's been round.
Oh, yeah. He was a nice guy, actually.
You're saying that because he's on fucking camera.
Only bounced once out the back of the truck, didn't it?
Give a smile.
Get some evidence of him actually cooking. You gonna cook then or what?
Lunchtime, you were there 7 o'clock yesterday morning.
Yeah, rather than turning up the fucking day before.
Yeah, you the cheeky fucker coming down on your own.
That was sneaky, that was. I just see it pop off my face.
I got back from fucking London early, didn't I?
I thought you spotted
I thought he were going to be here, that's why. He said he was coming down.
What's that?
Was that him with his fucking alarm?
Yeah, he turns his remote on, doesn't he? And the Dowkims have that
Yeah.
security thing on, don't they?
Apparently, like one of them fucking fishes from Airline, apparently.
Fuck off.
Oh yeah.
With black coat, he come round to me earlier on and sat down with me for 20 minutes. I saw which gallon in a fucking cup.
Do you not feel guilty?
I'd have put him in one of them cradles, I think.
I think that's why he hasn't come.
I can't
That's
believe
why
he
he
is
didn't
like,
come.
still can't go.
He's gone fishing. He's already fishing now.
That's
so
why
he
I
could
feel
have come.
guilty, mate. I just couldn't stop. I'm sat there thinking, our lass is
No, he asked for that. He asked for that big time.
I did say to him though when he messaged me and he said like I think because it was that night when we were all on about sausages and I said you're going to get your back door smashed in and we're going to gang raid you and honestly he inboxed me and says look I think you're being a bit too far early and I'm like well you haven't even started yet pal. He should have been slapping knackers on his fucking face.
That's why he hasn't.
Deep throating him.
That's your fault
Banter
then.
in it, but he took it. And I think he, on all of us getting on, I think he's.
I know,
been
but
like,
he's
I wasn't ready.
that age. He's 19.
Best take it.
You ain't got to talk like that because the camera's rolling.
Do you know what I mean?
I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. No, he's 19.
Come to one now.
There too.
Some of the stuff he comes out with, he opens himself up
He is
badly.
full on,
Of course he
yeah.
did.
Do you know what I mean? And the way he goes on, he's just like got the shovel out and digging deeper.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, fucking hell, can I just chill?
I've got to admit, though, he's a funny young lad.
I'm going to wrap in. I'm going to leave
Be
him.
good for banter.
Yeah, I'm going to leave him.
I'm going to carry on. Right, how much is in the app?
Hey?
How much is in the app?
50 quid, isn't it? But no, them two can't be in it.
Not if I fucking win it, I don't.
You want money, yeah. It's not over yet.
Is that why you're not moving?
Hey,
You're not moving.
I'm not that.
Yeah, it was clear
Do it,
last night, wasn't
easy.
it? Like proper. Wasn't still cold. Like,
White
I drove up
this
at 3 o'clock this morning, I was like that.
yeah.
They were really white this morning, the fucking didn't he?
Fresh air.
Yeah.
Wait,
Smells
smog.
funny up here. I did it to Jamie this morning, did he tell you?
No, he didn't. He
I
kept
walked
that
to his
quiet.
fucking peg. I walked over to Dan and started speaking to Dan. So where's Jamie? He's down there. So I crept into the fucking peg and the stones was rattling and everything. I was like, fucking jumped up, fucking out of the bag. He went, oh, alright then. Well, there was no getting out of it. Drove 180 miles for a social. There's no way they was going to let me sit round here and fish. But I have to say, I don't regret it at all. What a cracking bunch of lads. I've been at a few bait teams, a few different companies to the socials, but never before have I met a bunch of jokers like these guys. Absolute laugh. It's more like a family, they're not a team, it's not a business, it's more like a family, they all look after each other, they all have a good crack. Like I say, yeah, absolute pucker. And they did it all on one crate of beer and all, but I do think the bottle of vodka come out at the end. But yeah, shouts to Jamie and Dan for organising the barbecues, nice bit of grub there. So we've all popped back to our swims, well most of us anyway. I got the rods out, I wrapped them up, put them back out. Before I went for the social, put a bit of bait out, but I did see the swans clearing me out from across the lake, so I stuck a little bit more out. I put the rods out on the spots, and yeah, we'll have to play the waiting game. I think the temperature's due to drop as well. Got clear skies, full moon. It did the same last night, and Lee said it shut up shop, so it could all fall on his face, or the old Irish could kick in and do me justice. But yeah, we'll play the waiting game. I've got Jamie coming round in the morning, he's the boss man, we'll have a chat with him. I've also got one of the consultants, Lee Williams, popping round. He's the man behind the new bait. I ain't gonna say too much, I'll let him talk about it, but I'll pick his brain for you. And yeah, he might let the cat out of the bag as to what it is. It's being released in January, and it's been an absolute blinder. The test guys smashed all the waters that they took it to. And yeah, Lee pretty much developed it himself with Jamie. And yeah, absolute pucker. But yeah, I'll let them lads talk about that in the morning. So I'm going to get the kettle on, sit tight, and hopefully, just before this light goes, we can nick one. If not, I'll catch you in the morning.
That's a 20 all day long.
Get in there! Fucking result.
Well done,
Well done, mate. Well done, Petal.
That'll go.
I don't know, got some big shoulders on it.
Lovely job, Lee.
Under a spell, she was shining. Thought of her skin and the body. Curious smile and a long glare. It wasn't worthy. Now
Right, so we're joined by the motley crew then. We've got Jamie on the right, Lee in the middle, and Dan on the left. Lee's a consultant, so we'll leave him till last. We'll move on to Jamie first. Jay, just tell us a bit about what made you start rolling your baits, how you got into it.
Basically, it was just, I didn't design a bait again, start a bait company. It was something I'd done it for myself. I was going fishing, needed a high impact bait, quick nutritional food source that done the job for me. Fished short sessions, you know, got a young family, 3 kids, so my fishing's based around quick 24-hour sessions.
So you developed the bait really to help you with that?
To help me impact a lot than your normal shelf life and your average freezer bait on the market, you know.
Yep.
Gives it something a bit more.
So what made you turn it into a company then? Was it the demand for it, people nicking bait off you?
Demand, mate, yeah.
Yeah.
I ended up working more hours rolling bait than I was actually working.
Right, okay.
So I just swapped over, changed careers sort of thing.
Well, it's obviously doing well.
Got a unit now, we're 19 months, going strong.
Right, okay.
Nice team behind us, good lads.
Good fit. You're getting better as well, Dan, yeah. But we've got 30 members now? 30 odd members?
30 odd members on the team now, all over the country. Down from Essex up to Newcastle, we even got our first French team member on now. Starting to push the brand a bit more.
Starting to expand then.
Yeah.
So we've broke the team down, haven't we? We've got a set of field testers, a set of team members, and we've also got the consultants.
Yeah.
Which leads me on to this man in the middle.
Yeah, Chuckle Brother.
Chuckle Brother number 2.
Number 2, hey? Northern Special.
Lee, you're the man behind this new bait that's coming out in January.
Yeah,
do you want to tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, well basically, you know, I've been with Jamie like from day one. I mean, obviously before he even started with his company and selling his baits,
I met him on here as it happens, like, and he come up to me, we clicked straight away, didn't we?
Yeah.
Like, and to be honest with you, like, ever since that, he said, try a bit of my bait, I've given it a go, and never looked back really, you know, it's changed my fishing. To be fair, I mean, every session I've done, I've had more ups than what I have downs.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, you still have to put your time in, that's your main thing in finding fish, as we all know.
Yeah.
But working along with Jamie, he's coming out with different ideas, banging different ideas about. And to be honest, I always used to use a maple bait. Don't know why, just like it. Always found it as low leakage, takes a long time to leak, it's constantly leaking because it's very thick, binding, syrupy, you see.
Yeah.
So anyway, I had a chat with Jamie, what would it be now, 6 months ago or so?
Yeah.
Had a month with him, had a good word with him, like, turned on and said, look, what do you think about producing a maple bait? So he said, yeah, good idea, like, we'll see how we go. So Jamie, obviously, brainchild of it all, has come up with this maple bait, we've worked together, put it through its paces, tried different ways, you know, try and find best we can get out of the best, basically,
yeah.
you know, don't want to skip ingredients, he wants to put the best in. So yeah, after plenty of testing, like, I mean, I had a bit of a time out beginning of the year because I were on it all the time through winter. As soon as I started back, I started on a local lake. The local lake basically can be an absolute pain in the backside because it is an hard lake.
Yeah.
Stuff with 20s, few 30s, I'd got my target fish in there. One of the targets was a 31 linear. Straight away, as soon as I started on the maple, I started getting into them fish. I'd probably say my first couple of fish started coming out as 20s, but from then on, literally, I kept going down, doing a bit of pre-baiting on a spot, and got them rocking, and literally every week it never failed me. Jamie at that time was still playing about with the ingredients, see what I can do with it, but at the minute we've just got it absolutely bang on. Passed it to promo team, they're having good,
They're doing really well in it as
good
well, aren't they?
sessions on it. Yeah, it's really rocking it at the minute, like, so.
Can you tell us just a rough idea of what's in it, or are you keeping that secret, Joe? I can see his face there twitching a bit.
Well,
just a basic ingredient?
fish meal base.
Fish meal based maple bait.
It's a fish meal based maple bait.
Right, and it's an all year round?
All year round.
Right, okay.
You know, the main test for the bait was when I dropped on this syndicate after getting these target fish out on my local. I dropped on there, was told by the owner, by the bailiffs, that you're lucky to get one out a year or even one run a year, basically. You know, it's one of them type of waters, like.
Yeah.
In there, they're really old fish. I mean, in there, there's some older than me, you know, up to 40-year-old in there. I dropped on
Older
it.
than you.
Eh?
Older than you.
I'm slowly getting on that, like, I know. So, but yeah, I've dropped on there, like, and literally I've done on 7 nights, I worked out 7 nights, and it's done me 9 runs.
Yeah.
So, you know, that bait in itself speaks for itself.
Yeah.
It's an hard one. I mean, I've got a couple of lads actually asking me a minute down there what I'm using. I have to obviously keep it hush because I don't want Bossman having a go, like. So, it's done me 330s this year, you know, loads of upper 20s, so it's
spot on.
10 out of 10, yeah. Be a good bait for January to be released.
Well, it seems to fall in the categories of the other 4 then, because I mean they're all smashing it up. I mean, even down here the place ain't done a bite since Tuesday.
Yeah,
and between us,
on maple.
we've had 4 or 5 fish, haven't we, between us?
Yeah,
albeit a couple stockies, but we've got into a couple of them.
Good few 20s and a nice 37.
37 to come, and
as
also.
it happens, the ones that have had fish out this weekend, obviously I've not had one, but the 3 lads that have had fish, I've been on the feeding maple ends.
On the maple, yeah.
Same again, it's doing it. Yeah.
Last one though, didn't it? On the maple.
Well, yeah, last one last night. But
last one.
I'll not talk about it.
Still a bit sore.
Yeah, still a sore spot.
Right, okay. So that leads us on to the number 2 then of Neb. Dan? How are you involved with the business, mate?
Well, I've always known James since I was a kid, but he was the one that got us into me fishing probably about 6 years ago now.
Got you into it,
He actually taught me everything I know, to be fair. So that's how I got into the fishing, and then obviously I helped Jamie to start off making the bait for ourselves. To be honest with you, the reason we were sick of buying bait and not knowing what was in it, so I thought, yeah, why not, we'll make our own.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Obviously, so I've been there since the day
Since
one.
day one as well.
I'm there mixing away, and I'm the one in the background doing all
the hard graft.
Jamie
presses button up, makes it
Jamie shouts orders through while we're doing it. roll away, you know.
I'll just sit and crack the whip now.
That's it.
After I'm bait development, he's bait making.
And production.
He's production.
We need to employ him some staff then.
Yeah.
Aye, that's it. That's next level. Like,
Next level. We're getting to that level
Great.
now. We went from doing 30k a day to 30k a week when we first started to doing 90k a day now.
Yeah.
We're all starting. That's
good,
hand rolled bait.
That's hand rolled as well, so that's a good turnover.
All our baits. We make everything in house. We know all the ingredients. Anyone can come up. We've got an open unit. You know, you can come in and see bait being made.
Yep.
You can watch
The
the
amount of
process
people that
from
have
start
seen
to
it
finish, you know.
and went, you know what, the
Can I
amount
say
of
the
effort that goes in.
ingredients?
It's freshly rolled as well when it's for order, so when you place the order, the bait's rolled for that person, not stockpiled in a freezer. It's rolled fresh for you.
Yeah.
I think another good thing with Jamie's baits as well, cutting in is basically I've noticed with him, because I've been with him since day one, he's not done it for money.
No.
He's done it for purely for the love of the sport.
Well, it's
And
obvious
because of
that,
that,
yeah.
you know, you're getting 100% in everything. You know, he's a good lad.
Yeah.
Looks after his lads.
I mentioned earlier, I mean, Neb seems to be more like a family. I mean, I come on board early in the year, and yeah, we've just gone from strength to strength, but it don't seem like a normal bait company or bait team, rather. It's more of a family. Everyone looks after each other, and everyone's helping each other. And
Should have been called Team Giggle, shouldn't it?
it should, mate. Yeah, it should. But it's a good setup, and I think 2016 is going to be a big year for us.
Good year.
Slowly breaking that mainstream barrier, and
Bridges to cross.
that's it, mate.
Take over, yeah.
So we'll crack on then. Wrap up the last couple of hours of social.
Get back.
I'll let you boys get back to your rods. I know Lee's slacking. 1-0 to Chuck the Brother 1.
I'm losing my touch. I'll be getting sacked next week.
That's it, mate. No worries. Right, well, thanks for coming around, lads. Appreciate that.
No
Cheers.
And we'll
just like to say thank you to everybody that made it down for the social as well.
Yeah.
All the team lads, promos, consultants.
180 miles.
Same half to mate. It's come up for 24 hours.
Aye. Top man to Lee England coming down for
That's it.
doing
Us
the
to go down to
filming.
you next, brother.
Big shout to Chris Smaller for having this Mardy bunch on here.
Yeah.
For Old Mill Lakes, because
it's a cracking venue.
we got had a good barbecue last night. Let's say that.
Yeah, we did, mate. We did. We had a laugh, didn't
We had a giggle. It was great.
we? We'll look out for the next one then, I
That's
suppose.
it. Watch out for the next
Social
one.
down south. Well, that's it then. Pack a weekend with the lads from North East Baits. I'm all packed in a van. 3.5 hour drive home. Quick shower, sort my stuff out, and I'm off again. So I'll catch you next time.